What is up, guys? Mr. Basie here, and welcome to yet another Adventure Capitalist episode. Before we get kicked off, just to make sure you guys see all of my new content, definitely make sure you go ahead and click the little notification tab or the bell notification tab. Basically, it's very simple. You click on that and it's going to give you notifications when my videos go live. It's a new thing YouTube started doing a little while ago, and it's something that I want to kind of enforce if you guys are really interested in catching all of my latest videos, all of my newest videos, or even if you just watch Adventure Capitalist, you know, if you want to know when the latest stuff comes out, it'll give you notifications for my channel, and then of course you'll be able to check, hey, is it a Adventure Capitalist episode? You never know, you got to check in. That's how you kind of find out, right? So that's definitely something you should do if you're really into my channel, if you like what I do, or maybe even if you just like Adventure Capitalist, it's going to benefit you one way or the other. Definitely go ahead and give it a click. So let's move in to the video. What is going on, guys? Mr. Basie here, and today we're doing some more Adventure Capitalist. There's a slight change in terms of this one. In the beginning, of course, normally you see all the stuff as it was bought, but I did need to test something really quick, so I did actually do a reset before we started, but that's the only change that I've made. We went from basically single-digit sextillions to obviously well into the hundreds of sextillions, and of course 371 is what we have right now. That's the only thing that's different. Other than that, we're basically picking up right where we left off, and all those things. So of course, the only other thing I want to mention here is that unfortunately I don't believe we'll be able to do the guessing game. A few people have asked about the guessing game. I don't necessarily think we'll be able to do it because of the way that I have to record Adventure Capitalist nowadays, which is basically break it up into small sections and then piece it all together. The reason being is because you guys never know how many sessions I'm going to actually do before I decide to upload it. It might be 3, might be 5, might be 8, or any number of those, or any combination of those each episode. So, you know, I know you guys probably like that I'm doing that because it means that the episodes will be more lively, more action-packed, but I don't think we'll be able to do anything interactive. If you have any ideas, however, drop them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them. I just don't, I personally don't see, as of right now, as the time of making this video, how we'd be able to do anything interactive with the game any longer. But if you have ideas, again, drop them down below. All right, guys, so let's get this started off like we normally do, buying 1 lemonade. And let's go ahead and buy pretty much everything using the max multiplier. And go ahead and super fat mode the managers. Now, I will go ahead and skip, just for the sake of getting things started. I'll do that super fat mode, but then I'm gonna go ahead and not skip the video, but do quick buys rather than the super fat mode for now. Okay, we may do it later on, but I just want to get a little, like, you know, started pretty quick and see where we can go by just doing these. Now again, whether I'm close or not, I know that someone said I needed much more money than I currently do. However, I'm wondering close in terms of, like, how much longer is it going to take? Because it might start speeding up, as I've kept mentioning. It might be like an event towards, like, you know, towards the end of events, you kind of get like that really speed boost, you know what I'm saying? It might end up being like that. And again, we're almost at 4,500, okay? Only about 39 away, all right? That's not too bad, if I'm not mistaken. That's pretty darn good. I can't do this one anytime soon, but I could do this one sometime soon. Times 3 would not be as much as this one. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't be, I can do this one right now, too. I think I'm going to go with it because this is going to be way more. You know what I'm saying? Can I also do the donut shop, or is that? No, 5250. So I'm going to do this. There's 1.3 septillion, so that's obviously very beneficial. Well, you know what? That's definitely going to top 371. It'll just take some time, I'd say by the end of the hour, or maybe within an hour. We can probably see it topping that because it is moving pretty quick. Nothing too exciting, but nothing, you know, bad either. It's not like stagnant. So we can probably see that within maybe an hour. We might be at that. So that might be all we can do in this particular session. Again, for you, that's only going to be like a second, but for me, it might be a little bit longer. But that's okay because, again, you know, even though we're doing it this way, even though videos might take a little longer to come out, you know, at the very least, you know, they'll have more involved in them. There'll be more substantial videos than just this. Because you might, like, just imagine, right? To take last video and how much happened in that video, and then just say if I just made this and that was the video. Not only would it only be like 10 minutes, depending on how much I decided to, like, edit out, but, like, you know, this is all there would be. This wouldn't be exciting, at least not to me. So that's why I've chosen to do it this way. I think it works a bit better. What I could do to speed things up a little bit is probably buy into the Send Mud Assassins right now, and that would effectively give me more than this one, times 3. Pretty sure that would give me more than that. But I'm gonna wait because I can definitely get back to this one much sooner. And you know what? I'm gonna close off this session. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I get. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for this one, buy it. Then I'm going to get this one, which is going to happen pretty soon afterwards because we'll be making money pretty quick. I'm going to buy this one after that, and I'll show you how much faster my angels are moving because they're going to be moving a lot faster, I would imagine. Triplet, by the way, that was just triplet. So I'll show you that before we jump to the next session. Oh, not to mention, when we actually get through the Septuagintillions, 1 Octo Septuagintillion, we get a +2 Angel Investor Effectiveness. That is going to be huge. We'll buy into this one, which is the one that was, and see how much faster that's moving now? I bet you even just that one alone is now speeding up our investors. Look at it. Look at that. See how much faster it's moving? That's definitely a significant change. Look at this. Look at how much it goes up. That's the one problem. It's moving quick. Okay, so it's not like terrible, but look, 43 just for 1 more. 50. 7 Septuagintillion just for 1 more. So that's a little bit annoying. But we'll come back next time and have, you know, a bit more. At the very least, we're gonna have more one way or the other. I mean, this is moving quick. We're you know, I think we've actually cut our time in half. 30 minutes later, we should have this. It's been a while. I had a lot of stuff to do, unfortunately. I actually was kind of disappointed because we had actually made a good amount of progress in the episodes prior. So, or I guess the sessions prior. So I was really hoping I can get on earlier because things were moving along pretty quick, but unfortunately it wasn't the case. So I do apologize for that, but it's okay because for you it was like a second. So either way, here we go. Let's go ahead and check it. 11 Septuagintillion. So that is exactly what I was talking about and making sure that I stayed on for that last little bit. As you can see, I did. I got everything to where I wanted it to be. I got this one to ×2. I even did like the lemonade stand, some like, you know, odd things, odds and ends. I made sure I got all that stuff because I wanted to make sure that, you know, we had the best possible start or the best possible restart when we came back. So maybe it benefited us a little bit. So who knows? Let's go ahead and look at the upgrades. See how, just to look at them, I'm not going to buy them. I just kind of want to see how far we would have gotten. We have a +2 Angel Investor Effectiveness coming up, which we can buy, or we will be able to buy. At least I'm hoping with that new Angel upgrade. A ×4 for Final Frontier. Really good. Octo Septuagintillion. I think it's like non-Septuagintillion is where the game, people are telling me the game, technically speaking, ends. I'm pretty sure. And that the shrimp boat is the last upgrade we buy, which is weird. Oh, come on. What? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it said 9.3. I was about to be like, dude, we're so close. But yeah, we're not close at all. So I'll take that. I'll take the 2 megabucks, no problem. So this should be a really fun little session here. We might end up seeing some cool progress. I remember way back when this game first started, I remember people were saying, you know, Quick Buy was broken and everything. I really hope Quick Buy isn't broken anymore. That's going to be kind of annoying if it is. So hopefully, you know, that's not the case. But we're going to go ahead and use it for now. You'll have to let me know if Quick Buy is still broken, because that'd be pretty pathetic after all this time, you know what I'm saying? All right, so we're actually making some good progress here. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty impressed by what's going on. We're still moving. Look at this. Okay. Sept. So we're moving on to the Octo here. Is it in sight? It is. 1 Octo Septuagintillion. Look at how fast that's moving, and we're not slowing down. Okay, we're not slowing down. Well, at least it doesn't seem like it. Okay, so let's take a moment while the newspapers are going up, because we need the 4,500 for the ×2. So while that's happening, let's examine. Septuagintillion. This is the highest one we have so far. This one is second highest, I believe. And then these two are basically tied. So we have 2 more to go here, and look at how fast that's climbing. Okay. Good news is we're definitely going to be getting these other stuff here. All right. Lemon. Oh, look at that. Wow. And there it is. Legion. We didn't have this before, okay? Something to take note. We bought that one. Now we're going to buy the rest of these, okay? Now, some people were saying, don't buy... Oh, this is what I want to talk about with the suits. A lot of people were saying, don't buy the white suit. Buy... what I think is where they're saying flux capacitors, which are these things. But I'm assuming we would want to buy these, right? 3 flux capacitors for the price of 2. They were saying buy 3 of them. Which, you know, obviously that does help, you know what I'm saying? And then I guess in combination with the white suit, possibly, that would be even better. Now, what I could do is buy, you know, the 3 flux capacitors and buy another 3, because at that point I would be having, you know, another like 3.6 on top of that, which is obviously better than the white suit. So if we wanted to keep boosting, I guess essentially by doubling our money, which would, you know, because we don't have speed boost, we have basically all multipliers. You know, the speed boost is where to go. Okay, that's where to go. So I'm probably gonna do that, and it's nice that we're getting a bunch of gold and stuff like that. Now I'm seeing kind of how people were able to reset Earth so quickly. A lot of people reset Earth, or kind of like they beat the game. They got the 5,000 gold, which, by the way, for those of you that don't know, that is the reward you get for beating, or I guess resetting. Like, you completely wipe your progress and you reset. Which is cool that they added that, you know what I'm saying? I think that's how people are doing it, is they're doing a bunch of these multipliers, obviously, and then they're doing profit speed boosts, because that just makes sense. You know, it's a completely separate multiplier from the, you know, normal multipliers. So that's pretty cool. So let's look into this. Do we have? We do. That's going to be great. Let's just go and quick buy, right? Might as well. You know what I'm going to do? This is an opportune moment. Let me do this and see how much this speeds up, because you know what? Why not? At this point, why not? We have no reason to save the gold. We're not spending it on anything. And to be perfectly honest, if I really wanted to get the white suit in addition, which I probably won't, but if I did, then I could just buy it. And we're going to be 10 gold away from actually getting another 3 of these, okay? That's huge. I'm pretty sure, right? When we do that, we'll be 10 gold. No, wait, is that going to bring us to 60 or? No, yeah, it will be 10 gold or 20 gold away or something like that. My math is terrible today. I can't think. Either way, I think that that's essentially what we're going to do. I think we're definitely going to buy one of these because we're going to be so close to another set. If we want to buy 3 more, it would still be better than the white suit. So that's probably what we're going to do. So I appreciate the person that gave me the heads up on that one. A lot of people actually did suggest the flux capacitors. But for those of you that did, I looked at all your guys. I actually look at a bunch of people's comments because I don't want to go off at just one person. And a lot of people really suggested that. So thank you for that. I appreciate you giving me the heads up because I probably would have wasted a lot of gold. All of it, as a matter of fact, and not gotten as much out of it. So that's probably the way to go. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's see how much that affects us, if at all. I'm foreseeing it helping us, though. All right, wait. Before we do it, okay, we got to examine. This is what we're looking at. Is this going to speed up? Definitely. How much is this going to speed up? I'm really looking for some cool stuff here. So let's go ahead and do it because we don't have any multiplier. Essentially, it's going to take everything that we have right now and times it by 3.6. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. That's actually massive if you think about it. So let's go ahead and do that. Boom. Look at how much faster that's moving now. Wow. What's happening? Oh, it sped it up. It's permanent, right? Look at those gains. We were moving by 1 and at a fairly consistent but slower rate. Now we're moving by what it seems like 4 to 4.5 at a very fast freaking pace, man. That is awesome. These look like Endgame like quotes per se. So this is really cool. I like that we're getting so close. Which necessarily isn't close per se, but we are moving fast enough for me to say, okay, yeah, this could be something pretty soon. Almost halfway to getting another ×2 on the news. We're going to be getting some another one very soon in terms of our upgrades at ×3. Okay, so essentially a ×5 if you add them together. And yeah, things are looking great, man. I mean, I'm actually really excited about this. So we're going to pick up as soon as we can, which for you, again, is going to be a second. And we'll see where we go from there. Already at literally over halfway to 3 septentriontillion in literally, I mean, what, 5 minutes? 5 minutes. ×3, this would be over this one at that point, which would be good. You know, don't get me wrong. 5250. I'm not doing that. Not for sept. How much further, man? I mean, how much further? Oh, not much further. I will probably buy into this one because it'll help. I might come on later tonight, just off cam, and buy the pizza real quick because that's going to help too. Getting a ×3 on that. And hopefully it doesn't take too long to get there. I'm hoping that's the case. So we're going to buy into this. How much further? Very close. Okay. I'm excited about all this. I really am. And look at that, dude. Another 2 minutes have gone by pretty much. Yeah. Another 2-3 minutes. Man, this is going to be great. All right. So pretty much another whole septentriontillion has been added onto that in that small time frame. This is great. So let's buy it. Great. So now we have 2 running at octoseptuagintillion. This one running closer to 2. All right, but you know, cumulatively, they're running at about 3 roughly. Let's see. What do I get for? Let me just change it. 10 more. 1.7. Holy jolly. All right. We're gonna have to wait a little while for that because I can only imagine each additional 10 is gonna cost like a lot more. So yeah, we'll wait. This is where things get interesting because look at the investors. Boom, 486 septentriontillion. We're not even close to being done. I see a pretty good reset for this time around. I think we're gonna get pretty far. but we'll have to see. I don't know exactly how far we're gonna get. We'll just have to see. So with that being said, looking at our upgrades, I want to see how far we might have gone. We are at the octogentillion. Okay, so +1 angel percent. That's good. ×6. That's good. Okay, those are really, really good things. And that seems to be where it stops. But let's look how far. Okay, so it's still in the octogentillion. All right, guys. I mean, let me know how pumped you guys are about this. Major, major, major progress. Kind of like, you know, towards what we've been working through this whole time. I mean, I think it's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? I'm pretty excited about it personally. Fortunately, this session today, the super fat mode is a little bit struggling. But that's okay, that never stopped anybody. 1 duo and then 1 quin. That's probably why they do that, because it's such a massive gap. Unless it starts going quick around there. I don't know, you know, I don't really know what to expect. So that's really all I can see for that one. But let's just go ahead. We're not gonna buy any more of those because they're not all profits. Not gonna benefit us. We're gonna buy more of these. I won't speculate. Whoa. Oh. I thought that was an achievement, and then I thought I started hearing shit outside, like people cheering. I was like, whoa, people spectating live or some shit. Let's get this one first. It'll speed things up. All right, and now we have more. Oh, wait, oh, these are angels. Come on, that's annoying. I got really excited for like out of nowhere. But 9. No, oh look, the car wash. Yeah, and oh yeah, digging that. I'm loving that, man. Let's get it. All right, there's that. We're getting another one for the car wash in just a little bit here. There it is. Another one for the pizza delivery. Oh, we actually were into this. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is where we need to be. That's where we were before. Good thing is we can buy both of these. So let's examine where we're at. Very close, okay, to the next level here, halfway there, and just starting there. This one's kind of close. Let's just get this there, right? So it can kind of be up by a lemonade stand. It'll help us, right? We also have an unlock coming up. So that's actually going to get us into the hundreds, as a matter of fact, with that unlock. And just buying into the donut shop. Okay. So as I was right, triplets, by the way, and I was right. We did get into the hundreds for the donut shop there, so that's going to help a little bit. Now it's really just a waiting game for the newspaper, for the next like step up in terms of, you know, I guess, performance. But luckily this is moving pretty quick, and these don't seem to be jumping that far ahead too quickly. You know, within reason, I'd say about 30 minutes. Maybe not. Actually, maybe not. We're moving pretty quick. Another +1% on Angels is going to be huge. I really, really want to buy more speed boosts, but you'll have to let me know what you think about it. I haven't released the video yet at this current time of me recording, so, you know, I want your feedback first before I do anything like that. Maybe I'll release this video as of, you know, as is. Who knows? But look at that. Okay, not moving up too, like, substantially quick, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. Moving up quick enough to the point where we'll probably be at the next level by the next time we get on, which is probably tomorrow. I think I'm going to wait. I'll wait that long for it. I may actually come back on here intermittently, like between recordings, and just get this real quick, because that's going to help speed things up even more. But aside from that, we are not really looking at too much extra progress here. Once again, I want to bring some attention to some of my other series. I did just finish up Outlast. If you guys want to check that out, it's really, really awesome. I really enjoyed that game. We're going to be moving on to some really fun stuff as well. I also moved on to, I didn't move on to it, but I did like a kind of one-off thing of Mr. President, which was a really fun game. You should check it out. A lot of people seem to like it. I'll leave the little pop-out eye up there as well for you to check out. It'll also be in the outro for those of you that want to actually check that out that way. And we also are starting a Cards Against Humanity kind of holiday special, like Christmas special, where it's like Christmas themed decks and everything like that. And I'm getting pretty much different members of the Sage community involved. Well, this time it was the same people, but we're going to be doing more Cards Against Humanity in the future because people want to see it, and it's going to be really fun. So if you want to check those things out, they're all in the pop-out eye. You'll have seen them pop out. Cards Against Humanity and Mr. President will also be in the outro, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Let's go ahead and jump to the next segment here and see what we're going to do. And as you can see, we're going to go ahead and finish this out, so don't worry. I'm going to sit here around and wait for it. I'm not just going to leave it. And we'll pick up in just a sec and see how far we've gotten in a day's time. Alright guys, welcome back yet again. This is probably the last installment that we're going to do here. I do apologize, I have a little bit of a cold coming back in this particular segment, so I may not sound different, although I may sound different. I don't know, but I do apologize for that. Of course, I'm doing this in different segments, so a good amount of time usually goes by, but that's a good thing because yet again, a huge reset. And I didn't even have to look. I actually did not open up my angel investor section until just now, and because I knew there was going to be a good reset. Taking a bit of a gamble there, or else I could have looked pretty darn dumb, but you know, it was pretty obvious. So we're going to be doing a reset, obviously, one last time, and then this video is going to go out, which again, you already know because you've been watching it. We have only one. Okay, but I'll take it. Again, I'm not complaining. Wow, again, such a massive gap. I hope we don't slow down again. Hopefully this is an indicator that's going to really speed things up. I really don't want to slow down again, man. I really, really don't. That's going to be so annoying. But let's look into our upgrades. Can we do any more? Can we do some like bank stuff? Oh, +1 angel investors. That's, oh, there it is. Okay. That'll help speed us up a little bit. I want this one. We didn't have this before, I'm pretty sure. Did not have this before. Could have bought it, but didn't have it, you know, when I left. But we're moving on this quickly, actually. And that's going to get us there even quicker. I wasn't even paying attention to that. All right, so let's do a quick examination after we buy this, because this is going to be pretty huge. All right, so let's look at the stuff that we've got. All right. 395. So Novum Septuagintillion is the farthest we are currently, right? Yes. And pizza delivery has actually been the reigning king for a long time now, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think car wash was there for, you know, for that long. It was there for a little while, but pizza delivery has been there for quite some time now, which I'm pretty happy about, honestly. Oh, we're gonna get even more. Look at this. Might as well buy into that, right? And then this one next. Yeah, that's gonna help us out tremendously. We got a daily gift, 1 gold. All right. If we keep doing this, we can end up getting, like, it wouldn't take long to actually get another set of these things. By the way, I have been reading some of the newer comments in some of the videos, or in some of the ad cap videos. People are telling me to do stuff like, let me go back, but looking really quickly, a lot of people were telling me to get the Micromanager. I don't necessarily, it triples the payout speed of investments when you run it. So that's cool. I mean, it is cool. I'm assuming it's kind of like you have to keep clicking it or something, like to keep it going. Remember how we used to do it? So I might do that. Wait, triples the payout speed. So I'm assuming triples the speed, right? That might be another way to kind of get ourselves up there, right? Because you get 45. Maybe this was a better way to do. See, I got this suggestion after I made the purchase. I made the purchase just so you guys don't get mad at me, because I do listen to you guys. I really do. I made the purchase of the flux capacitor very early on. It was probably like almost right after I put up the next video. All right. And I was going off of suggestions that you guys made, and it did work. Do not get me wrong. But someone also made a comment about the Micromanager. Now I'm looking at it, and this is going to triple the payout speed of investments when you run it. So yes, it has to be running. But then you can also, and which isn't that bad, because I can just use my auto clicker, which, you know, oh well, right? It's what I was going to use anyway to save the health of my mouse. I've gone through like 2 mice so far. I deserve to have a break, okay? I don't need to be buying new mice all the time. But anyway, adds a 2x speed buff to this Plants Micromanager. So that's pretty cool, okay? Because if we keep doing that, that really does add up over time, right? I mean, yeah, they stack in terms of the speed boost, but we've been stacking in terms of multipliers this whole time in terms of just our straight up profit multipliers. Now, when we talk about speed, that's a whole different metric that multiplies everything profit-wise we have again and again and again. So I'm leaning towards doing that. Let me know what you guys think now. Now that you guys have a different perspective, okay, because last segment I didn't know about this. I saw it and came back in this segment. So knowing that, should I wait and get 2 more flux capacitors, or I'm sorry, get another one of these, right? Or should I go for the Micromanager and then do a Micromanager upgrade and then just keep doing the Micromanager upgrade from here on out? Because that might be good. I mean, it's a cheaper way, right, to do what we were essentially trying to do here. 80 gold versus one-time payment 45 gold, and then a 10 gold per thing. Downside to that is, yes, I do have to, you know, have my auto clicker on it at all times. That's a big downside, because I really only sit down and play the game. You know, I only sit down and play the game when I record. So keep that in mind if you're going to make that decision. Keep that in mind. This one would essentially be, you know, idling. Like which is essentially the way I play the game, where there's large gaps of time where I just don't touch the game. You know what I'm saying? So this one might still be more beneficial, but, you know, I mean, I could just have this for like when I'm in game. There's no reason I can't have it when I'm in game, right? So it might be cool if it's like a one-time purchase, buy this, then buy that, and then be done with it. And then from there on out, buy these, buy the flux capacitors. I think that'd be pretty, maybe a better way to do it. So you have to let me know. You have to let me know if that strategy appeals to you personally, if you think that'd be a good idea. So we're so close to getting this one. Look at that. You know, if we were to buy into this, we'd have 92. And I really want to go with this one. But I'm going to go with this one because it's going to triple it unless we have some cool upgrades. Ooh. I really want that. It didn't take us that long to get here. I'll buy into it. I think that's going to help. Oh, look at this. Wow, we're moving pretty quick. You know, I mean, you know, not moving as quick as before, but you know what? I'll take that. That means the next time we get on, we're going to have a nice little hefty reset there. I'm going to go with this one now because this one's not going to take too long to get to. This other one would have taken a little while. So I want to get this. I will get this offline. I'm not going to get it here because it's going to take a little bit. And there's no reason for me to just sit around because this is what I want to do. I want to get this one, and then I'm probably going to dip and wait till I come back because we're already doing pretty well. We almost already caught up to what we need to get to. A lot of people always come to me like, "Wow, you're really good at Adventure Cap." Some people, it's funny because some people like watch the first video and tell me I'm trash, and it's like, dude, I have like 80 other episodes plus all the all of the DLC, or not DLC, but all the holiday stuff. I just find it funny because they only watch that and they judge like my entire skill set on that one video. It's like you realize that was like 15 minutes of gameplay, first time ever playing, and that was like 2 years ago. So I just find it kind of funny, but either way, oh, here we go. I want to get some feedback from you guys. You guys have helped me out quite a lot in the past, and there's no reason why I can't get more feedback from you guys now, especially those of you that have already beaten it, and it helps everybody out, because if I show you guys what you've told me, we're all basically sharing information at that point. So, I'm going to put the video out now, which of course, again, you've seen already, so a little bit of a paradox there, or some timeception, but I want your feedback. I want to see what you have to say about the suits in the shop, because we have some gold. We had some gold to spend, and why not spend it on the last planet? And that might be what actually gets us past things like this, right? See that big gap there? That's a pretty huge gap. And doing things like that might be what gets us past that gap in a timely fashion, so we don't get stuck in a rut. Because that's the last thing I'd want, is to get stuck in a rut. All right, but that's gonna help tremendously. So I'm loving that. This might be where this might be what gets us past the segment there. That might be what does it right here. So maybe we won't need it, but it's gonna help, one way or the other. So we're actually seeing much more than we saw before. So look, Tray octagintillion now. Wow, dude. Jeez, Quattro octagintillion. I think it's non-gintillion or something. Non-gintillion is where it ends. So the fact that we're kind of moving in on the Tray and the quad, or the Quattro, is a good sign, I think. Again, I'm not too sure about the number, sectors and everything like that, because they are kind of weird. I mean, I didn't even know numbers. I didn't even know what to call numbers higher than like quintillion or sextillion. I didn't even know what to call numbers higher than that until I started playing this game. And now I know it goes way beyond that. Like, I actually know the names of things that I would never need to know or ever should know. Well, I guess not should, because you can always learn more. But like, when am I ever going to need to know how to count all the way up to like unquadragintillion or beyond? You know what I mean? So, but I just thought that's kind of funny. I always thought that was pretty funny because a lot of people are like, wow, these numbers, and I'm like, I do, but it's not because I just knew them. Like, I didn't just have the inspiration to go learn the numbers. I played a video game. So in a way, wow, I just realized something. In a way, technically speaking, a video game taught me something about math that I never learned in math. That's pretty crazy, man. All right, that's pretty crazy. All right, you got to tell your teachers that next time. When you're saying about what, the video games do nothing for you. Look at this. I learned how to count to a whole new spectrum of numbers I could have never even counted to before, and probably never would have learned to count to before, to be perfectly honest with you. Let's buy into this, okay? All right, we're gonna get this next time. I'm not gonna wait around for this. I don't know why I kept going. I just feel like talking about that stuff, so hopefully you didn't mind. But we're gonna go ahead and end it right here. I will get this one because I do want that to benefit me in getting further, faster, definitely will help. So with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. I really enjoyed this little segment here, piecing it all together. This is a really cool time where this is the longest running series on my entire channel by far. And, you know, we're kind of on the cusp of winning, of like getting to Endgame here, which I think is pretty cool. Now, a lot of you guys have already done that, but again, keep in mind, every single time I record a video is the only time I spend on this game. So I think I think I did pretty good. You know, I think I did pretty good for the time I spent on the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's been with your guys' help. So thank you so much for that. So again, I hope you enjoyed. Definitely make sure you rate the video what you think it deserved. If you did enjoy, please consider sharing the video as well. That kind of stuff really helps me out a lot, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or any social media really, or even word of mouth with your friends. And that's really awesome too, because it directly helps me as well as the entire community and is greatly appreciated. So with that being said, if you want to become a Sage in training, make sure you subscribe today. And as always, this has been Mr. Basie, your favorite Sage, and I'll see you in the next video.